How many of you in this chamber would knowingly buy a home a few hundred meters from a super site waste recycling center? How many of you would put your hard-earned life savings to buy a family home to raise your children right next to a potential tip? How many of you would want to retire right next to one? And that's a reality for my residents in Tattenhoe. They sunk their life savings, their retirement funds, their pensions into brand new homes here. They had no clue this waste site was coming. This wasn't in the land searches, and it wasn't in any local plan. As their local ward councillor, I am proud to be here speaking on their behalf, presenting this petition signed by over 1,500 residents and their families who visit them. A waste consultation ahead of the bin rollout was done in 2020. This survey had one vague question about whether residents supported a new waste site somewhere in the south. That's what it said, somewhere in the south. There were no specifics, no site, no detail, and this is now being used to justify a major facility right next to their homes. And since that consultation in 2020, over 2,400 residents have moved into Tattenhoe Ward, and most of them live in Tattenhoe Park, and they haven't been consulted. Our residents are not NIMBYs, and they are not blockers. They understand the need for a waste site in a growing city like ours. But this is a community that is still being built. It includes young families who wanted their kids to enjoy the local play areas, and there is one to be built very close to the waste site. But what is this council offering them now? A super site which is 3 times bigger than the ones we have, and with 960 vehicle movements a day, HGV trucks transferring waste up and down, and who knows what the air quality is going to be like. It is not wrong for the residents to want answers. It is not wrong to want a proper consultation, and it is not wrong to ask the council to do this properly. And on behalf of all of my residents, I urge you, please pause the process. Please explore the alternatives, and most importantly, start a fresh consultation and give people a voice in a decision that affects their everyday lives. Do this properly. Get them on your side. Prepare a vision for Milton Keynes that works for the many. We are elected to represent everyone, and that means listening even when it's difficult. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Wilson-Marcoux, will you respond on behalf of the council? You also have up to 3 minutes.
You know what's wrong? That you are misleading your residents yet again. It frustrates me beyond belief that we are back here again having this conversation after all the explanation you've been given, after all the reassurance ward councillors have been given, that it's still being brought here to be discussed. As a ward councillor, it is our job to act in the best interest of our residents. A lot of time and effort went into finding this site, analysing it, selecting it, and making sure that it was the best place. Yes, Peter, because you weren't involved in it, so how on earth could you possibly know?
Councillor Wilson-Marcoux, please be respectful.
And selecting a site for the upgraded household waste recycling centre, which is going to provide better, modern facilities for residents across the south of Milton Keynes, including those residents in Tattenhoe. It's going to be located in an industrial park. There are very tight controls around what can and cannot be put in these sites. Nothing will be processed at the site. Nothing will be stored at the site. It is very closely monitored by staff. And I do wonder if you've ever actually been to one of our household waste recycling centres, because if you had, you would know exactly how they work, and you would know that there are people watching what goes into those bins, into those skips, and sorting them and making sure the right things are going into the right places and making sure that nothing inappropriate is being put there. I think this shows exactly what kind of interests you actually have at heart. It's not a tip. It's not a dump. It's an integral part of a move towards an improved circular economy that you have continued to push an alarmist narrative against, despite being very clearly told what it is you are opposing. And I think this shows so much. I wonder, do your residents know that this is part of a data mining exercise? Do they know that of around 1,600 respondents, signatories, 1,000 are not from MK4, they're not Tattenhoe residents? Do you know that of them, 567 are from the UK, 576 are from the UK, but not from Milton Keynes? Do you know that 19 aren't even from this country? They're from Kuwait. Perhaps you should spend more time supporting your residents in ensuring that all of their concerns about this upgraded facility are addressed, rather than fanning flames of fake news and misinformation.
Councillor Musmail, do you wish to comment on the response? You have up to 1 minute.
Thank you, Mayor. Like I mentioned, this petition has been signed by residents as well as their families. They visit them. These are their families, their relatives who have supported them in this. I would, rather than actually misleading my residents, I will allow them to make their own decision based on your response tonight. Thank you.